Iván Duque is supposed to be market-friendly. He's supposed to be open. However, at the same time, he was against a peace treaty that Juan Manuel Santos brokered. So are we going to see an effect on the supposed peace dividends?
Well, actually, he is opposed to portions of the deal, right? I mean, it's not that he's against peace, but he says that the deal has been a bit too lenient in some portions, especially, he doesn't want to see people who he says have blood on their hands sitting on Colombia Congress, for example. So we can expect him trying to review portions of that agreement.
How fast will he be able to make some of the changes that he wants in relation to markets?
Well, that seems a little bit more easy because it hasn't been ratified by Congress. So one of his key points, campaign points, that he wants to bring some corporate taxes down, right? He wants to make Colombia just pro-business, more friendly in terms of legislation. So we have to see, he's probably going to come in everything that he can, gathering the momentum. This has been quite a decisive victory for him. So he will try probably to move pretty fast on market-friendly reforms.
You talked about those corporate taxes. What happens then to their precarious hold on their investment-grade credit rating?
Yes, that's one tricky issue. Colombia has challenges, right? The economy needs to grow a little faster. They have an immigrant crisis, brewing in with Venezuela. Unfortunately, cocaine production is increasing again. So the question is how to boost growth without just spending a lot of money and letting the budget deficit balloon suddenly.
How do relations with the United States change? He's very closely tied to Marco Rubio, for example.
Well, it remains to be seen, right? Ultimately, Colombia has been a big ally of the United States in the war against drugs in Latin America, right? So obviously, he has strong positions about a portion of the peace agreement. As we know, cocaine production is on the rise again. So definitely there's going to be, or there needs to be, some sort of dialogue between Colombia and the United States if they are to keep, a united front on the war against drugs.
And talking about Latin America, we have to address what's happening in Argentina. So we saw the finance minister become the governor of the central bank. Is that going to bring some sort of solution to what's happening with their crisis there?
So that's right. We've seen a major shakeup in the Argentine central bank last week. So now Luis Caputo is the head of the central bank, and Nicolas Duhovne centralizes the economy and the finance ministry. The question is, this is a very challenging times for Argentina. Not only it has some vulnerabilities inside the country, just all emerging markets are under tremendous pressure right now. Markets really like him. He has a lot of credibility. He comes from JPMorgan, Deutsche Bank. He negotiated the whole holdout situation with Argentina. So he comes with goodwill. But let's face it, it's quite a difficult task there.
How long will markets give Argentina? There's been a lot of volatility already. How much, cash is fleeing?
Well, they do have the 50 billion credit line with the fund. They vote this week, so they probably are going to disburse and take some of this money pretty quickly. So that obviously is very good for Argentina. But markets today are not doing very well. Again, most of Argentine assets are under pressure today. So what I think we need to see is very steady hand and very coordinated actions between the central bank and the presidency in terms of comprehensive reforms for Argentina.
Yeah, how much did that IMF credit line actually help?
Well, it's good to know that you have a credit line, right? So this means that the country is not going to suddenly run out of money. So it provides a good cushion, right? The question now is how these disbursements are going to be made, how are they going to be used? Is this all going to go straight into the currency markets to defend the peso? Is this going to help the budget? So there's still a lot of lingering questions.